Hey folks, welcome to the backyard on a bright day. It's nice weather, it's beautiful, it's about 70 degrees. We can't believe how nice it is this time of year. So folks, I had a hankering, and hankering is a word actually. You might ask around to a few people to figure out what it is, but I had a hankering for meat and potatoes. Just plain old meat and potatoes. And we're going to put that together for you today. So underneath this towel, we've got about 1.5 pounds of small potatoes, and we cut them into we cut them into about 1/4-inch discs, something like that. All right. To that, we're going to add a little olive oil, get them coated good. And get these all coated up. Olive oil is kind of going to help our seasoning stick to the potatoes. We're not going to season them with a whole lot. I'm going to add a little salt. The road's kind of busy today, folks. And some pepper. This is just basic meat and potatoes. There's nothing going to be fancy about this at all. And then we're going to add just a little thyme. Just a little. Not too much. This is dried thyme. But if I can get it to shake out of the container, and give this one last little toss around. Make sure we have all the seasoning on every one of them taters in there. I don't know why, folks. I just wanted something real plain, simple, not overly complicated. And we've done some fairly unusual and weird dishes for you. So I figured y'all were probably looking forward to something, what I'm going to say is normal. Now, I got a stick of butter here. I want to cut that butter into small cubes, scatter it around on top of these potatoes. We're going to use this whole stick. We want this to get down in there. Well, folks, you just seen my foil fly away. Welcome to cooking in the backyard, or anywhere outside. Okay, we've got that in there. Now I'm going to go play rescue on my foil. Here we go. And then we've got a little onions left over from a different dish. So you have to learn from your mistakes. And I'm going to take these onions and I'm just going to, probably a little more onion than we need with this 1.5 pounds of potatoes. But we got it. We're not going to throw it away. All right. Now this foil is doubled, okay, because we're outside. So we want a little bit more than a single layer. We want to wrap all of this up really tightly. We don't have any water in there, but that butter is going to create a lot of stuff that's going to work well with us. We want to make sure we get that well and sealed up awful tight. I got butter on my hand. Now we're going to put this on the smoker. We're going to set this over here on this side just a little bit. Gotta get an idea. We're probably in the neighborhood of, I'm sorry about that. I made a lot of noise for you. We're probably about 350 to 400. The gauge says more about 4, but I don't think it's quite that high. All right, folks. As we get that started, we want to go to the main thing that we're out here for. Like I said, I had a hankering for just plain meat and potatoes. And for a while now, I have been wanting me a really, really good bone-in ribeye. I don't know why. It's just something that I wanted, a good bone-in ribeye. Emmett's telling me I'm blocking his view. I'm taking him out of the camera. He's getting offended. But, so what did I do? I went around to a couple different stores. Bad time of year to probably be looking for that. But I went around to a couple stores. looking for a good bone-in ribeye, and I couldn't find it. Well, in the process of doing that, we bought a rib roast, which in theory is a bone-in ribeye. It's just a whole lot of them sandwiched together. So we got that home. I decided, you know what? I'm going to get that bone-in ribeye cooked the way I want it. I just whacked me off 2 pieces. So we have here two bone-in ribeyes, about 2 or 2.5 inches thick, with the bone. Bone is right here. This is cut off the end of a rib roast, prime rib, whatever you want to call it. All of that stuff has multiple names. It's relatively the same cut of meat. Depends on just how you cut it. So what I did with this is we put a little paprika on there and just a touch of cayenne, which is unusual for me because I'm a salt and pepper kind of guy. And I salt and peppered them with just a touch of cayenne. We rubbed them down. We let them go for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes in the icebox. We took them out. We let them come up to room temperature. That took about 20 minutes. So now we're going to go in here and see what my fire looks like, because, folks, I'm ready to dive in. Our fire's doing pretty good, folks. It's a little warm. So we're going to sear them over here, but we may have to finish them on the offset side because we ain't going to overcook this. And I'm not the best butcher, folks, so some of my cuts, and you know what? This is my meat. How about that? I just grabbed it because I'm going to go with it. Now, folks, like I say, we're probably as hot as we are over here. Even on the outside, I'm pretty warm over here. So we're going to get a good sear on it, and we're going to probably finish it on the offset side. We're going to get this done. We're going to come back in a little bit, and we'll plate up simple meat and taters for you folks. Hey, everybody. Welcome back out to the backyard. And, man, I sure wish y'all were here. Man, this is just going to be a wonderful meal. Simple, basic. I don't know if it's really a teaching video as more it was just sharing what we do. But on your meat, make sure you buy good quality meat. And you let it come up to room temperature before you get it on the grill. And do not overcook it. I am a rare to medium rare guy. I don't like it any more than that. But it kills me when we're out cooking for somebody and they say they want a well done steak. That just kills me, folks. It is the hardest thing for me to do. We pulled this meat off just a few minutes ago. And we've had it resting here for about 5 minutes. But we can't forget, we got them potatoes over here. Now, we did take a peek at this a little while ago to make sure it was cooking good for us, and it was. You know, you'd think as old as I was, I'd learn not to grab something that was hot. But sometimes we don't listen very well. Or learn very well. My wife will tell you I don't listen very well either, but I don't learn very well. Oh, yeah. And you know what? If this foil blows away now, folks, I really don't care. My mind is on eating. Oh, we're going to let that sit there a minute. And we're going to slice this up. Just a little bit of this ribeye. Folks, this stuff just wanting to come apart. Kind of the way it was cut. And I didn't help it none. I'm not a butcher. And I didn't help it. I will zoom in here and let y'all take a look. Man, I want to eat. Can y'all smell that on y'all's end? Y'all need to be, one of y'all smart fellas needs to invent smell-o-vision People have joked about it for years and years and years, but I can't do it. I do good to do what we're doing here for you. I've even just barely learned how to fast forward a video. I tell you, folks, I am so ready to eat. In fact, I'm going to steal me a piece. Oh, folks, if y'all only knew. All right, let's fix you up a little plate. This is not going to be a pretty plate, folks, because there's butter in this, remember? And I ain't waiting to let it drain. Because when I eat, I don't care about it being a pretty plate. I'm looking for food. Now, folks, it's a steak. I got to take care of that steak. All right, get all my dirty dishes out of the way. How about that, folks? Wouldn't y'all just love to dive in onto that? Meat and potatoes. Simple, clean, and elegant. Folks, I'm not going to keep y'all any longer because I don't want to wait any longer before I dive into that. Folks, enjoy your food.